Have you ever been in a situation where someone always seems to be the victim, no matter what happens? They twist every story to make themselves look innocent and everyone else look like the bad guy. If so, you've likely encountered someone playing the victim. Playing the victim is a manipulative tactic where someone portrays themselves as the one who's been wronged, even when they're at fault. It's a way to gain sympathy, avoid responsibility, and shift blame onto others. Let me give you a quick example. Imagine you're working on a group project, and one team member consistently misses deadlines. When you confront them, they say, "I've been so overwhelmed lately. No one ever helps me, and everyone expects too much from me." Instead of taking responsibility, they paint themselves as the victim of unfair expectations. Now, you feel guilty for bringing up the issue, and the focus shifts away from their actions. That's playing the victim. Playing the victim can be hard to spot because it often comes with emotional appeals or dramatic stories. But here's the thing. It's a way to avoid accountability and manipulate others into feeling sorry for them. If you notice someone constantly playing the victim, it's important to set boundaries. Don't let their drama distract you from the real issue. Hold them accountable, but do it with kindness and clarity. Remember, everyone faces challenges, but true growth comes from taking responsibility, not from shifting blame. Have you ever felt that sudden urge to buy something because it was limited edition or only available for a short time? Or maybe you've rushed to grab the last item on a shelf, even if you didn't really need it? If so, you've experienced something called the scarcity principle. The scarcity principle is a psychological tactic where people perceive something as more valuable when it's rare or in limited supply. The idea is simple. If something is scarce, we want it more. It's why phrases like "while supplies last" or "offer ends soon" are so effective. Let me give you a quick example. Imagine you're shopping online for a pair of shoes you've had your eye on. You're not in a rush to buy them, but then you see a message that says, "Only 2 left in stock." Suddenly, you feel this sense of urgency. You think, what if they sell out? What if I miss my chance? Before you know it, you're clicking "Buy now." That's the scarcity principle in action. The fear of missing out pushes you to act quickly, even if you weren't planning to. The scarcity principle works because it taps into our fear of loss. We don't want to miss out on opportunities, so we act fast, sometimes without thinking. But here's the thing. Scarcity doesn't always mean something is truly valuable or worth your time. It's just a tactic to create urgency. So, the next time you feel that rush to act quickly, take a step back. Ask yourself, do I really need this, or am I just afraid of missing out? Remember, your time and money are valuable. Don't let artificial scarcity make the decision for you. Have you ever chosen a restaurant because it was packed with people, or bought a product because it had thousands of 5-star reviews? If so, you've experienced something called social proof. Social proof is a psychological phenomenon where we look to others to guide our decisions, especially when we're unsure. The idea is simple. If everyone else is doing it, it must be the right choice. It's why crowded places seem more appealing, and why testimonials and reviews can make or break a product. Let me give you a quick example. Imagine you're walking down a street trying to decide where to eat. You see 2 restaurants side by side. One is empty, and the other is packed with people. Even if you don't know anything about either place, you're more likely to choose the busy one. Why? Because the crowd acts as social proof. You think, if all these people are eating here, it must be good. The same thing happens online. When you're shopping for a product and see that it has hundreds of positive reviews, you're more likely to trust it, even if you've never heard of the brand before. That's social proof at work. Social proof is everywhere, from the apps we download to the careers we pursue. It's a powerful tool because it taps into our natural desire to follow the crowd. But here's the thing. While social proof can be helpful, it's not always right. Just because something is popular doesn't mean it's the best choice for you. So the next time you're making a decision, take a moment to think for yourself. Ask, is this really what I want? Or am I just following the crowd? Remember, your choices are yours alone. Use social proof as a guide, but don't let it make the decision for you. Have you ever heard the saying, if you want someone to like you, ask them for a favor? It might sound counterintuitive, but there's actually some psychology behind it. This idea is called the Benjamin Franklin effect. The Benjamin Franklin effect is a psychological phenomenon where someone who does a favor for you is more likely to like you or feel positively toward you. It's named after Benjamin Franklin, who famously used this tactic to turn a rival into a friend by asking to borrow a rare book. The reason it works is simple. When people do something kind for you, their brain rationalizes it by thinking, I must like this person because I did something nice for them. It's a way of aligning their actions with their feelings. Let me give you a quick example. Imagine you're at work and there's a colleague you don't know very well. You've always felt a little awkward around them, and you're not sure if they like you. One day, you ask them for a small favor, maybe to help you troubleshoot a problem or lend you a pen. They agree and help you out. Afterward, you notice they're friendlier toward you. They smile more, say hello in the hallway, and even start including you in conversations. What happened? By doing you a favor, they subconsciously decided they must like you. That's the Benjamin Franklin effect in action. The Benjamin Franklin effect is a fascinating reminder of how our minds work. It shows that our actions can shape our feelings, not just the other way around. Have you ever met someone who was so good-looking or charismatic that you automatically assumed they were also smart, kind, or talented? Or maybe you've bought a product because you liked the brand, even if you didn't know much about it. If so, you've experienced something called the halo effect. The halo effect is a cognitive bias where our overall impression of someone or something influences how we feel about their specific traits. If we think positively about one aspect, we tend to assume everything else about them is positive too, even if we don't have evidence to back it up. Let me give you a quick example. Imagine you're interviewing candidates for a job. One candidate walks in, well-dressed and confident, with a charming smile. They make a great first impression, so you start assuming they're also highly skilled, hard-working, and a great team player, even before they've answered a single question. That's the halo effect. Their positive appearance and demeanor influenced your perception of their other qualities. The halo effect is everywhere, from how we judge people to how we choose products. It works because our brains like to simplify things. If something stands out positively in one area, we assume it's good in others too. But here's the thing. The halo effect can lead to unfair judgments or poor decisions. Just because someone is attractive or a brand is popular doesn't mean they're the best choice. So, the next time you find yourself making assumptions, take a step back. Ask yourself, am I being influenced by the halo effect? What's the evidence? Remember, true value lies in the details, not just in the glow of a first impression. Have you ever been in a situation where someone brought a third person into a conversation or conflict, making you feel like you were being compared or pitted against someone else? If so, you might have experienced something called triangulation. Triangulation is a psychological tactic where someone involves a third party to create tension, competition, or insecurity. It's often used to manipulate or control a situation by shifting the dynamics between people. Let me give you a quick example. Imagine you're in a relationship, and your partner starts talking about how their ex was so much better at planning dates or being supportive. They might say something like, "Why can't you be more like them?" Suddenly you feel like you're being compared to someone else. It creates insecurity, and makes you question your worth in the relationship. That's triangulation, bringing in a third person to manipulate how you feel or behave. Triangulation can happen in relationships, at work, or even among friends. It's a way for someone to gain control by creating jealousy, competition, or doubt. The key is to recognize when it's happening. If you feel like you're being compared or pitted against someone else, take a step back. Ask yourself, is this fair? Am I being manipulated? Remember, healthy relationships are built on trust and direct communication, not on games or comparisons. Don't let someone else's tactics make you doubt your value.